there, my name is Celia Beck, and you, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I've been watching The Mandalorian. I finished watching The Mandalorian, and I've enjoyed watching The Mandalorian. I've enjoyed watching it for the entire run. It's not perfect. It hasn't been a perfect show. There was elements of cringe in this season finale, but those elements of cringe were so massively overshadowed by elements of awesomeness. I think it gives us an idea where Star Wars is going in the future. Well, they gave us, another hint of where Star Wars is going in the future as well. At the end of it, in the after credit sequence, I hope you stay for that. There's a lot to talk about. Before we get to it, though, can I ask you guys, can you hit that like button? That'll be fan-frickin-tastic. Can you hit the share button? Fan-dabby-double-dozy. But the button I most want you to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe today. I just broke 2,000 subscribers. I want to hit to 5,000 subscribers, 10,000. So if you can hit the subscribe button, it has been said I'm a bit of a subscriber whore. And I think it's quite accurately said I'm a bit of a subscriber whore. But I'm also a bit of a whore for my subscribers, so I'll do whatever you want, baby. If you enter my... if you subscribe to my channel, you can enter my competitions. The prize, which I'm horribly late giving it away tonight on the TARDIS zone, so you're probably going to miss it, is Ghostbusters, a bit of nice seasonal fare on Blu-ray. If you miss that, if you want to get that prize, you have to leave the subscribe to the channel, and in the comments, leave the hashtag who you gonna call, and then like I said, I'm doing the prize draw Saturday, December the 19th. So if it's after that you've seen it, it's gone. So the next prize coming up, which I'll be giving away around Christmas. Now, Christmas for me, I think is inextricably linked with James Bond. I would watch the Queen's speech when I was a nipper, and then we'll go into a James Bond movie, so for me, James Bond and Christmas are very, very linked. So the prize, I have a bit of a James Bondy prize. We have Quantum of Solace on Blu-ray, not the best, so you're going to add to that, up the ante. I'm going to give this James Bond Legends PS3 game, it's kind of a fun shoot 'em up. It's kind of mindless, but you get to be all James Bondy, which is kind of fun. Also, not the greatest, so to add into these stocking stuffers, I'm going to throw in this Star Trek game as well, which has the Chris Pine Star, although quite a good game, actually, I have to say. This one I quite enjoyed. Not a massive gamer. All you need to win it is subscribe to the channel, and in the comments leave the hashtag shaken not stirred, which is a blessing for us all. We should be shaken not stirred. I don't know which is better. Fine, let's talk about the Mandalorian. So Baby Yoda's been kidnapped by the evil Gus Fring, Moff Gideon, separating himself from the Gus Fring role by having a moustache. Ooh, God, I hope he didn't have a moustache as Gus Fring. That would be terrible, wouldn't it, if I didn't notice. Fine. So he's got Baby Yoda, and this is the rescue. This is where he's swooping in. So I assume last week would be him putting together his team to rescue Baby Yoda. No, that kind of happened in between episodes, okay? We just had a fun Bill Burr fill-in episode where they stranded him on a planet for some reason, okay, at the end of it. So instead, he's got his crew together. He's got the Katie Sackhoff, Bo-Katan. Freaking awesome. Now, I've really been thinking about this because I love Katie Sackhoff's Bo-Katan in Mandalorian. I think it's really completely worked, and for me, Ahsoka Tano really did it. Rosario Dawson really wasn't able to pull it off, and I couldn't work out what it is. And I realized today while watching the episode, it's the body language. The body language that Katie Sackhoff has as Bo-Katan is freaking. But the way her head moves, when she's got a helmet on, the way she stands, everything reeks Bo-Katan. Rosario Dawson was a new interpretation of Ahsoka Tano, and I think it was somewhat at odds with that which we've seen before. Well, whatever. These are niggles. So we got Bo-Katan back, Bo-Katan's sidekick, whatever her name is, both in the booby armor, looking pretty hot. As I say, Katie Sackhoff, freaking awesome. I have to say, absolutely awesome. Great casting. Look, she was absolutely awesome in Battlestar Galactica, but she really sells the role and makes me want to watch more, right? So we got those two. We got the, what's her name? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Asian woman, who I don't really think has much of a personality. Seems to be very much the same as she's an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I stopped watching seasons ago. And then we got Cara Dune. What's her name? the wonderful woman on the internet who stands up, who apparently isn't getting a show because she won't bend the knee to the fascists that control the Twitter sphere in 2020. So we have those four, and then we got Boba Fett and was it Amanda, right? So that's the strike team. I was hoping to get a bit of Ahsoka Tano in a bit, so yeah, see a bit of lightsabers going. Not so much. Well, we do see that, and that's a very, very big deal, but that's not to the end. So then we get the bit of cringe. Boba Fett drops them off essentially and goes. And then Manda goes one way because he's got to deal with the droids. And now, do I like the droids as villains? They weren't bad. They weren't. I don't understand how they're force infused. They should have done a bit more. For me, they just look like very, very big rock'em sock'em robots, right? I like that you shoot and they don't die. You know, it's like big, powerful rock'em sock'em. Okay, and you know, they proved a reasonable foe. Compared to the Stormtroopers. But hey, yeah, thought about the moment of cringe. And I think, again, this is the way forward we're seeing with Star Wars now. So we get, this quartet of ladies taking on Stormtroopers. Who was it? Not your boy, Zach. Etherman Sky was a review of it. I try not to listen to anybody's review, but I was so enthused, I wanted to hear what he said. He said, it was always a joke that Stormtroopers couldn't shoot, but honestly, they were like paper targets. There was no adversity whatsoever taking out this ship full of stormtroopers by these four I would say stunning and brave, but also in their own right, these are great characters who I really, really like. So here's what I think they went wrong, and it's kind of cringy agenderizing. It's that they when let's say you have a strike force, like a small strike force attacking a ship, that's cool, especially if one badass, kick-ass woman in there who's like really cool. That's really, really cool. That really, really works because you get a bit of juxtaposition and a bit of flavor to it, right? And it's rounded, it works. When it's only women, you're into 2016 female Ghostbusters where they're all trying to be Bill Murray. They're all trying to be the cool one. And as they're not fighting anybody who has any strength whatsoever, they're not cool at all. I think they devalue the characters by doing them. And again, I think it's them saying, in their heads, the writers, they're saying, and I blame Dave Filoni for this, who seems to be as woke as hell. They seem to be saying, see, women can be kick-ass too. Okay, I'm sick of being preached at that women are people too, or black people are people too. If you're anybody who says that, there's something wrong with you. I recommend there's this great scene in Ted, the first Ted, where they're doing coke. When they meet Flash Gordon, they meet not Doug Jones. I can't remember. They meet Sam Jones, right? They meet Sam Jones. They're doing coke, and they're talking about opening a bar, having a cokey conversation. So they said, you know what? Says, you know what? We're just going to let Jews in. We're going to let Jews in, and we're not going to say anything. So, and what's his name? Marky Mark Wallenberg was like, yeah, but why wouldn't we? Said Ted's like, yeah, that's exactly what we're going to be like. That's what this is like. By the fact that you're focusing it so much makes you a bit weird, and it doesn't really work. And wasn't as bad as that scene in Avengers when you had all the femme force had to travel with a ball 20 yards down a pitch, and they sucked at that. They ran like girls. So it didn't really work. It didn't really work, but it was. For me, it was on the acceptable side of cringe. I was like, yeah, whatever, fine. I just feel there's this real need in Lucasfilm coming from Kathleen Kennedy to say, women are people too. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But, Kathleen, I think you've learnt your lesson that what you were doing doesn't work. The whole kill the past doesn't work, haven't you? Because, oh boy, you don't want that past dead now, because it turns out when you killed the past, you also killed your present as well. How you retained your job, absolutely beyond me, but that's the malfeasance of Hollywood. But nothing matters, and nobody ever has to face any consequences of failure. But so they killed the past. In fact, they killed their own recent past. The whole Kylo Ren, forget the history, and they went super member bearers. And for me, it was just freaking awesome. I loved it. I love seeing a post Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. Okay, firstly, the rollout. freaking awesome. You know, and the X-Wing pulls in, you're like, is that fat X-Wing guy who looks like the guy who was in charge of Arnold's from Happy Days? Is it that? And then your Jedi gets like, oh, could it be? Could it be? Is it Luke Skywalker? No, and you don't see his face. And then, clever, you only see him through the security monitor, so you don't see the color of the lightsaber. They slap it out an extra couple of seconds. Freaking awesome, right? You go, oh, then you see the green lightsaber, and you go, can it be? Is it? And I forgot the cringe, you see, because I'm thinking, is this Luke Skywalker? Then you see one hand's wearing a glove, and you're like, is this Luke Skywalker? And eventually, yes, he takes out all the Dark Troopers. Were they a good villain? Did the job for me. But it was just great to see Luke Skywalker post-Jedi doing Jedi things in a way that doesn't destroy the freaking character. You're hearing? Doesn't destroy the character. So I think for me, this represents how Star Wars is moving forward. They understand that Star Wars people like Star Wars, and they don't want to see all their characters destroyed and Star Wars not be Star Wars, so they could tell a story. So if they're gonna an agenderized story, so they've worked out to tell that agenderized story, they got to be a little bit more subtle about it, which is what I think they were in this episode. Where you had the Femfools 4 taking out the paper target stormtroopers, all of them good characters in of themselves. We've seen so much of this now for the last 5 years. We see it's so done, so played out. But there we saw Luke Skywalker. I don't know how they did it. Did they DH Mark Hamill? They said he was Mark Hamill in the titles, right? Did they DH Mark Hamill? Did they deep fake him? I don't know. I mean, there was a little uncanny valley stuff going there. Doesn't really bother me, right? Doesn't really bother me. But again, looking at all these Star Wars shows coming out, Cassian Andor, they all, what's the other ones? Rogue Squadron looks great. I mean, that Kathy Jenkins trailer looks freaking awesome. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think they're all going to be women are people too. Yeah, women are super awesome, but also Star Wars is people too, right? So I think that's the way forward for Star Wars. And then at the end of it, they announced another Star Wars show coming December 2021, The Book of Boba Fett. He walks in, takes out. Now, is that Bib Fortuna in the chair who's just put on a lot of weight? I haven't looked at the cast list yet. Is it the same actor? Is it supposed to be the same character? Or is it just somebody who says, well, I'm in charge of Jabba's palace. I should be very fat. So, yeah. So somebody should tell Tilly from the Discovery. She could get a job there. So, but he comes in, he shoots him, frees the slave, and now it's the Book of Boba Fett coming 2021. So I think Disney Plus have worked out. They got to have good first run shows going weekly, constantly for people to sign up. And I would sign up. So moving forward, I just paid my subscription for Mandalorian. Before the next month runs out, WandaVision starts. So we've got WandaVision. WandaVision goes right into Falcon and Winter Soldier. Probably stick around for that. That goes into Loki or the other way around. Okay, and so I think this is this is the way forward for Disney Plus. This is the way forward for Star Wars. They've realized they need to get things to people to stay. So it sounds like Mandalorian season 3 will come out at the same time. Go straight into whatever it is. Go straight into Boba Fett. And then, I think we're just going to get good first-run shows going a lot now, on Disney Plus, because they've realized no one's going to cinema anymore, and they got to find a way of getting us to give them our money, right? That's very, very important to them. It just seems to me that they've recalibrated. And they go, listen, that obnoxious platforming messaging that we wanted to give. We're still keeping it, okay? But we're going to give you what you want as well. So I guess if they keep doing that, I will pay, $10 a month to see it. Yeah, I think that's really it. I mean, if they give me dross like Star Trek Discovery or Picard or Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who, I'm not paying for it. It's that freaking simple, and I think they've worked that out. Honestly, I think that bodes well. I think that bodes well for everyone. Before I go, I forgot my introduction to ask you to go check the video notes. Go check the video notes and go click the link here to my Indiegogo. I have Indiegogo opening up. I don't know when. I wanted to do it before Christmas. I don't think it's going to happen before Christmas. I got these 2 graphic novels. They're freaking awesome. You get one of these 4 art cards if you join the email list and you make any purchase whatsoever. If you get the package where you get all the 4 art cards anyway, we're going to give you a chaser one. And we're going for Gianna Troy, baby. Gianna Troy, speaking of Star Trek. And, listen, if the campaign does well, we're going to keep doing them. I think what's going to be the next one after that? I think we should do a Star Warsy one. But then we got two guys. People ask me, Rabbi, where's for the female gaze? No, it's always going to be for the male gaze. Always going to be for male. Just be the gay male gaze instead. So, that's it. But, maybe the female gaze, we'll enjoy it as well. So, there we go. I would say a thoroughly enjoyable season of Mandalorian. More enjoyable than season 1? I don't know. I think season 1 was a stronger season. I thought the Nick Nolte's Ugnaught was just such an incredibly great Western character. Just incredible. So I think it really lacked that. It really missed that. Boba Fett, he's got a little bit of dad bod going. He's not as cool as he used to be. But you know what? It seems to me this is where we're moving forward in the Star Wars universe right now. I think, the whole... Are they going to erase the Rey trilogy, the sequel trilogy, or are they just going to focus on this time period instead? And then over time, I guess they'll do whatever they want. I guess no, that's pretty much how it's been before. But there you go. Mandalorian for me, strong recommend. Love seeing Luke Skywalker. Love seeing post Jedi Luke Skywalker. It makes me forgive them for the cringe, but at least the cringe was made up of 4 good female characters, not just 4 Michael Burnhams. At least I just think we're getting a bit of a meeting of minds. Is the damage they've done too much to get over this now? Do we need for some? I don't see Nerdrotic ever going back. I don't see Doomcock ever going back. I don't think they've ever been forgiving without an apology. For me, I just enjoy it. So that's essentially where I am. And I think we're stuck with Disney. I think they worked out a way to find the sweet spot to make them get my money out of my pocket. So, well done to you, Disney. My name's Elon Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment too. Comment is always really good. And I do try and reply to each and every one of your comments. Not replies, though. I'm terrible at replies. But do comment. And have yourselves a fantastic and very festive, very seasonal, very warm, very fulfilling, very unifying a week.